Let's talk about Josh Kelly, signed now with Sky Sports once again. Moved on from Matchroom,
He's
of
not
course.
signed with Sky. He's not signed with
Not
Sky
directly.
Sports. He's signed
okay.
with Wasserman. No. He's not.
Wasserman.
He's signed with Wasserman. Wherever the Wasserman decide to put him on is up to Wasserman, but that's not necessarily Sky Sports.
Fair enough. I thought they'd listed him as one of the Sky Sports fighters at their open day, but I could be wrong.
Or if they did, I'd be surprised. He's not a Sky Sports fighter.
Okay, so with Wasserman now, moved on from Matchroom. I think I got that part correct. When are we likely to see him back out in the ring?
We're looking at March.
Excellent.
And I'm just waiting for the exact date.
Welterweight or super welterweight?
We'll decide that closer to the time because this one won't be a championship. Weight's not the issue, but we're going to see because it's been a year since he's boxed. So it will be one of the two.
How do you reflect on the defeat to David Avanesian now? A lot of time since then.
Yeah, I've stopped reflecting on it now. Moved on.
How did you reflect on it when you were still reflecting?
Not favourably. It's not what it should have been. It's not what I believed it should have been. But it's part of the journey, you know. I mean, it's not my first rodeo, and I've been through some downs like this in the past. And that fight is a significant part of Josh Kelly's story.
I think we talked about this before, but how similar is it to David Haye's first defeat to Carl Thompson, especially in terms of it being a springboard to come back stronger?
Well, that's to be done, yeah. When David lost to Carl Thompson, the thought of him or the talk of him being unified world champion and then world heavyweight champion would have seemed like pie in the sky. But that's exactly what it ended up being. And that was because David did what he had to do to fulfill his potential. Because at the time when he lost to Carl Thompson, he was a way off what he needed to be. But if you don't have these fights or these lessons, where most of the time you win, but sometimes you lose when you get these lessons, it really does show the character and the resolve of the individual and how badly they want it, right? I mean, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it, but it's not. And it's all about how badly you want it. And like I always say, I live by this mantra, time shows everything. I don't care what people say. All I care about is what actually happens, and time will show it.
You see Josh every day in the gym. How bad does he want it? Does he have that mentality that you're describing?
Yeah, well, I mean, the gym is one thing, right? Yes, very convincing. I want to see it on fight night. If Josh fulfills his potential, or even comes close to fulfilling his potential, he's a hell of a fighter. He really is. We'll see.
Okay. Now, before I let you go, I just want to talk about a couple of issues in and around boxing outside of the gym. Starting with the suspension of boxing throughout January, what did you make of the board's decision there?
No comment.
Brilliant. Okay. So we'll move on from that one. Let's hope it's not a start of a pattern. Heavyweight happenings, as we were just talking about David Haye. Anthony Joshua looks to have moved on from Rob McCracken. I don't think that's been confirmed as yet. What do you make of him potentially changing trainer before such a hugely important fight against Usyk?
You're rattling off the speculative questions today, aren't you? So he's possibly changed trainer, and if he has possibly changed, what do I possibly think of?
No. What do you think? Don't possibly think.
Okay. Well, again, he knows himself. He knows the detail of his entire career. If he stays where he is, if he changes, that's his choice. Like I said it before, time shows everything. And he made changes before the first Usyk fight. That didn't work out for him. So we'll see what he does next.
And at the risk of inciting another no comment, has anyone from his team reached out to you about the possibility of helping him out?
No.
I was just waiting for the comment. So, yeah, just no.
Okay. Oh, okay. No, full stop.
Good stuff. Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte, what do you make of that fight?
If it happens?
Well, yeah. Well, you're not going to make anything of it if it doesn't.
Great fight. I mean, that's a great fight for heavyweight boxing because it'll be lively. and it will get it gets that's definitely a fight that gets the juices flowing. And it would be, I mean, a matchup of characters as well as styles. I mean, we're having a right exciting period at the moment with the amount of world ranked heavyweights that we've got in this country, and the top of the tree. So it'll be a good fight.
How much of a shot do you give Dillian Whyte in that fight? He seems to be a fairly healthy underdog.
Probably rightly so, because Tyson Fury is unbeaten, and he dislodged Vladimir Klitschko. And look at what he's done with Deontay Wilder, a man that no one wanted to face. And look at how about he went the job the second time round. And kudos to Deontay, the way that he got a grip of himself and made it more of a dogfight the third fight. So you got to favour Tyson because of his body of work. But Dillian, I know that Dillian will fight anyone. And the thing about Dillian is he's got long arms. They won't be as long as Tyson's,
no.
but they are deceptively long. And it's whether he can use his reach and his aggression to get to Tyson, because Tyson's the master at just flowing them. For such a big dude, when you look at how Tyson moves and how he flows and the size of the man, that's a unique combination there, the way that he flows and his physical stature. So that's a nightmare for anyone. But if Dillian in that fight has to physically impose himself and has to take advantage of the fact that he has a reach that could potentially catch Tyson off guard in terms of the preparation, but I still make Tyson the favourite.
Now, Andy Lee has done a lot of work with Tyson Fury, also more recently Joseph Parker. How proud are you of the journey Andy's taking now as a trainer, having worked with him when he was a fighter?
I love it. I love watching it. Love it. And when that fight happened the other week, I was actually waiting for the round to finish to see what Andy would say. I am. I'm not just immensely. I'm not proud. I'm proud of him, but I'm proud of the relationship he and I have professionally and also as friends. And it's I just love watching it.
Great stuff. Well, I'm going to let you get back to your dinner, which I believe is currently warming in the oven.
The smoke detector hasn't gone off yet, so we're all right at the moment.
Phew. I don't want to be the cause. I don't want to be an arsonist by proxy. Really, really appreciate your time, as always.